Mandela Barnes' victory last night sets up a key U.S. Senate race with a majority on the line in November.
So we asked both Barnes and Senator Johnson to join us this morning. We never heard back from the senator's office, but the lieutenant governor is live this morning, fresh off of his win. Good morning, Lieutenant Governor. We so appreciate you taking the time this morning.
Well, good morning. Thank you so much for having me. Really excited to be here with you.
How are you feeling after last night?
We feel great. We did exactly what we set out to do, and that's to build a broad grassroots coalition across the entire state of Wisconsin, one that is ready to take on and defeat Ron Johnson to truly bring opportunity, especially the people who've been left behind, the people who've been forgotten. That's what this is about. It's about our moment. It's about sending Ron Johnson packing.
But Senator Ron Johnson raised $7 million between April and June, far more than you did. So how can you compete with that?
Well, absolutely. And, we were still in the primary. Ron Johnson's an incumbent. But I can tell you the grassroots fundraising that we've seen in the last week alone, raising $1.1 million, we are on track to be competitive with Senator Johnson, and we will have the necessary resources. And according to the latest Marquette poll, despite Ron Johnson having raised more money than us and having spent more money than us, we were still beating him and also beating him with independent voters. And Ron Johnson is just being rewarded by the special interests that he stood up for his entire time in office. So it's no surprise that he had that sort of haul, given the fact that he has stood up for his wealthy donors and he stood up for big pharma, big oil companies, and they're just paying him back.
Let's talk about that independent vote. Obviously, a bit of a switch in strategy as you move into the general election here. How do you plan to win over independent voters while also keeping your base?
I'll be honest, our message is the same. We set out from the very beginning, fighting for working class values. This is about rebuilding the middle class. During the primary, we set out on our Barnes for Barnes tour, showing up in rural communities, having roundtable discussions right on the farm. And that's the reason why the latest Marquette poll showed me beating Ron Johnson with independent voters. So our message is going to stay the exact same. This isn't about left or right. This isn't about red or blue. It's about the people who've been at the top and everybody else who's been left at the bottom.
So you've put a very relatable image out there to Wisconsin voters saying that most senators can't tell you how much a gallon of milk costs. So how much is a gallon of milk this morning?
It is very real, and I'll tell you, a gallon of milk is about $3.50 right now. Last time I bought milk,
nice.
I live alone, so I buy the half gallon. Usually it was $1.99, but I had a coupon, so it was $1.29.
There you go.
Hey, all right, good answer there.
Okay, really quick. We have seen these types of Senate races and other races get very ugly between now and November. Do you plan on running a clean campaign against Senator Johnson?
Well, we are going to run a campaign that focuses on the facts. And I'll tell you, they're going to tell lies against me. They're going to make up whatever. They're going to fearmonger. But we are sticking to the facts. And the reality is Ron Johnson has truly left people in the state behind. In the last week alone, he came out against our veterans who've been victims of burn pits. He came out against capping the cost of insulin. He also came out in favor of slashing Medicare. Now, we are going to hold Ron Johnson accountable to those things, but the biggest part of our message is leading with our values and leading with our vision, talking about the things that will improve the quality of life for people all across this state.
All right, Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes running for U.S. Senate this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.